Good afternoon on what is a mild, grey and cloudy day. It is Wednesday, the 4th of September, and I'm in the reading it with a nice cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. And what I have in here is a copy of Kosmosaurs by Diogo Nogueira. It is RPG about dinosaurs who protect the galaxy from evil forces. So this is published by Old School Publishing and via Exalted Funeral. And finally, copies have come to distribution here in the UK, so I've been able to get hold of a copy. And essentially, the idea of dinosaurs in space is, you know, it's so enticing, kind of, oh, that's going to be fun, and then give them ray guns and armor and have them go out and do missions is even more fun. So let's have a look inside. There we've got the credits page. And quite an exciting kind of contents page. I'll just show you. That way you can actually read it. Otherwise, it's not particularly readable because it's at right angles. And then you and your companions travel through the stars to help all sorts of people, planets, and organizations by preventing disasters, battling assassin robots, banishing chaos mutants from the void dimension, and facing all kind of weird dangers. And it only uses common six-sided dice, so it's not really what you call it. It's not an old school Renaissance style game, although it kind of looks like it. Kind of thinks it might be, especially given it's from Old School Publishing. But there we go. It essentially you roll basically what the rules are. You roll a number of d6s equal to your appropriate attribute. Look at the highest result to determine the outcome. And it's all player facing, so only the player characters roll the dice. And this determines the outcome. So you have 1 is a disaster result, failure is 2 to 3, partial success is 4 or 5, success is a 6. And difficulties subtract the number of six-sided dice you're rolling. So this is much more of a storytelling game than it at first seems. So very quickly, we are into how combat works. And there we've got its own little table for initiative, and then how you attack, and how you defend. So, because essentially, this is all player facing, so the players roll for their characters to attack, but they also roll to avoid being attacked. The game master never rolls dice. And then there's a guide on how you are taken out, having suffering too much damage. There's a guide there on how can my Kosmosaur die? Potentially yes, and how to avoid damage. I do hoping that these particular tables are referenced at the back, so for easy guide. But then we are on to who is your Kosmosaur? So name, species. We've got tables for those. So there's names and possible species. So you could be a Patasaurus, a Minmi, Megalosaurus, Velociraptor, Oviraptor, Iguanodon, and so on. And then you've got a table of roles as well. And here are your attributes, which are Saw and Cosmo. Cosmos are for any intellectual and social situations. Saw is for any physical situation. And this is covering things, what the Kosmosaur is good at, what gear they can carry, and a few notes else extra, covering everything from appearance to pronouns and interests and experience. What happens after every successful mission? And what is the adventure? In Kosmosaur RPG, you and your friends will take the role of an elite team of special agents that defend the galaxy from evil and help all kinds of sentients solve not only violent conflicts but diplomatic issues, investigate mysterious happenings, and other adventures. How does that happen exactly? The game masters and the players work together. So here is essentially the nuts and bolts of the game, taking through the process of how that works, because obviously role playing itself is a conversation. Here we've got a table of inspiration for the Game Master on possible adventure ideas, discussion of locations, and supporting cast. Throw in a table of complications as well to make the situation that more difficult, and what the Kosmosaurs will gain at the end, the rewards. And these are all D6 tables, so for easy, they're quick and easy to use. And then, but what do the players do? You know what the game master does. That basically facilitates play, sets the obstacles, handles the NPCs. What do the players do? There's the advice for that. And then, who are the enemies? Who will they be facing during the course of their missions? There's a robot empire. The void saws, so enemy dinosaurs. What do they want? And what are they doing? These are fairly simple tables, so you probably wouldn't want to use those more than a few times. We have undead pirates and slime lords. The broccoloids. What they want. How the game master goes about making his enemies, giving them the stats. So they've got minions, standard versions, elite, and bosses. There's the character sheet for the Kosmosaur. Quick explanation as well. Spaceship sheet for the Kosmosaurs team, and that's it. So that is Kosmosaurs. It's a very Saturday morning cartoon style of a role-playing game, sort of like a mixture, sort of like a mercenaries, international rescue team, and you can imagine, each of the player characters essentially having sort of like they're an action figure, which you could go and buy at your Walmart or Target or whatever it was. You've got your action figures from, and then there'll be a revival, sort of like 40 years on. Everyone remember Cosmosaurs? Let's remake the cartoon. Let's release new action figures and so on. But that looks actually quite a lot of fun. A light role-playing game for in between things. I would have liked to have seen an adventure in there, but you've got plenty of means to create and generate adventures, and I think that'll be a blast for you and your players. Certainly a change of pace from other role-playing games. That's Cosmosaurs. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, in this case a role-playing game, that I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. And please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.